Hello and welcome to the Top 3 channel. Top 3 channel is brought to you by HopeLify.org to inspire you to become the very best that you are designed to be. A few simple keys, mastered and consistently applied, are all you need to excel in each area of life. Hit the subscribe button to receive more Top 3 videos. Enjoy!
I love intelligence. I love wickedly intelligent people. I try to hire as many of them as possible, learn from them. But what's more valuable than intelligence is hunger. You find, if you looked at what's the common denominator between Richard Branson, Mark Benioff, you give me your list of whoever it is, I guarantee if you dig underneath, their hunger has never gone away. Some people get hungry because they got a goal to achieve something or get in a swimsuit by a certain date or some stuff. But that's not an identity change, right? These are people that are like myself. I'm hungry today at 57 more than I was at 26. I feel in me. And when I say hungry, I'm hungry to contribute, to learn, to grow, to make a difference. I'll never settle less than I can be or do or share or give or create. And everyone I know that's successful, that's the driving force. Because with that hunger, you can get the skill. With that hunger, you can figure it out. There are a lot of very smart people who can't fight their way out of a paper bag in a pragmatic way.
So let's get into an issue that I think hinders a lot of people on their road to success, getting the momentum.
Yes, can I show the little graphic here for a second? So this is so simple, and I think you'll all find it useful. Can I just ask all of you, what do you think the potential is for any human being to live the life they want? What would you say? Okay, two people said unlimited, everybody else is quiet. I want you to agree it's really unlimited, potential at least. If you do, give me a yes.
Yeah.
So if our potential is unlimited, the question is, do most people's results in life reflect their true potential? Would you say yes or no? No. Absolutely not. Why not? You tell me. Well, a lot of people say because they don't take action. I kind of led you with this, right?
Yes.
But you could be a salesman and you can knock on 100 doors and say, you don't want to buy anything from me, would you? You may not say that verbally, but your fear, your emotion could do that. Somebody's going to buy from you out of pity. So a lot of action's helpful, but if you're not certain it's going to work, you won't execute. That's when people say, I tried that. And whenever you say I've tried that, I know they didn't do the right thing. So I created this graphic, and you might want to jot it down, those of you at home or yourself, these 4 words: potential, action, results, and then belief or certainty. And here's how they work in a circle. Our potential's amazing, but if you don't believe something's going to work, if you've tried to lose weight before and you tried a diet and it didn't work out well, you don't feel certain anymore, and you're also fearful of failing. So when you're uncertain, do you tap full potential, yes or no? No, and when you don't think it's going to work, you not only don't take full potential, but are you going to take massive action when you think it's not going to work anyway? So when you use little potential with little action, what kind of results are you going to get? Lousy results. When you get lousy results, what does it do to your belief? Your brain goes, see, I told you it wouldn't work. See, I told you nothing never happened. See? And then what happens? Less potential's tapped, less action, worse results, and now you're on the downward spiral. Who's ever been there in a relationship or with your body, your finances, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now, you might be doing well in one area, like with your kids. You get great movement, but maybe on your finances, not so good. So sometimes we're going in different directions. So how would you change this? What would you guys do? Someone yell it out. What would you do to change the momentum? Where would you enter? Would you work on your potential? That's right, you got to believe. So how do you change your belief? The way you do it with athletes, because I worked with the Warriors last year, I worked with the NHL champion Stanley Cup, Washington Capitals. You get results in advance. They visualize it, as simple as that sounds, but I'm going to show you. Can we pop over here?
Please, yeah.
Would you all stand up and I'll show you a quick technique.
Oh, you got a technique. We have to learn this right now. Hey, come on over here.
Over here?
Yeah.
Put your feet together straight ahead, and then bring your right index forward straight in front of you. And when I say now, I want you to turn clockwise comfortably, just as far as you naturally turn, okay? Keep your feet straight, go. Turn clockwise naturally. Everyone at home can do it too. Keep your feet straight. See where you end up? Come back around. Take your finger out of your neighbor's ear. Okay, now close your eyes. It's so simple. Even if you don't think you visualize, you can feel. So I want you to imagine your finger coming up, and imagine it so vividly it feels like it's coming up. Don't actually do it if you're at home or here, but imagine the finger comes up, and then imagine yourself turning twice as far. And it feels really good. See it, feel it. Open your eyes. Now, bring your finger straight, and now turn as far as you can comfortably and see where you go this time.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay. So here's my question. How many of you went significantly further? How many went at least 25% further this time? Okay, go. So here's my quick question. Did you have the potential to turn that far the first time? Yes. The potential.
Potential, yes.
Yes, so why didn't you? Because you have beliefs even about how far you can turn, even though you're unaware of them. So you have beliefs about money, you have beliefs about relationship, you have beliefs about business, you have beliefs about your own beauty or strength. And so the way to change them, this is the simplest way I could show you in 2 minutes, is to condition your mind. Because once the mind is certain, the body will go there. Or once the mind is certain, the
How did you model the financial industry? How did you model pistol shooting, which is an amazing story of somebody who does not know how to shoot pistols, and yet teaches the best marksman in the world how to do it fast? I mean, it's like utterly insane, but it showed me that you can take anything and figure out what the commonalities are in the best people, and then pull that into your own system.
It really started with my very first teacher was a man named Jim Rohn, and he was a personal development speaker. And he had this 3.5-hour seminar he would do that I went to when I was 17 years old. I was already reading books. I was obsessed with wanting answers. I want to know what made the difference in the quality of people's lives. Not because I was intellectually interested, but because I grew up in a really tough environment. I had 4 different fathers. There was a lot of, my mom was a great human being who loved me dearly, but she, abused both alcohol and prescription drugs. So she was very physically abusive. And I was, believe it or not, 5'1" in high school. I was a little guy. So I got the beat out of me pretty regularly for things that I didn't do anything to do with. And so it made me try to figure out what made her work, what makes life work. It made me more of a practical psychologist. And the modeling concept came because Jim Rohn used to have this phrase. He said, success leaves clues. He said, if there's anything you want in your life, don't assume that somebody has some special gift. They may have a gift, but they probably developed it, most of it. And if you sow the same seeds, you'll reap the same reward. So figure out what this person's doing different than anyone else and do that. He used to have a funny way of describing it. He used to say, Tony, find out what poor people read and don't read it. It's like, because he said, that's the fabric they're trying to build their mind from. Find out somebody who's successful, wealthy, not just financially wealthy, but somebody who's rich emotionally and spiritually and physically and financially, and find out how do they live their life differently? What are the things they believe? What are some of the daily disciplines that they're a part of? And so really early on, I got obsessive about wanting to have all the answers. So I said, I'm gonna read a book a day. Because I figured, a person takes 10, 15 years of their life, they pour 2 or 3, 4 years into this book, and you absorb in a few hours, literally a decade's worth of life experience. And I'm into compressing time. So I didn't read a book a day, but I read 700 books in the area of human development, psychology, physiology, all in my first real 7 years of reading, right, my youth. In high school, I was Mr. Solution. You have a problem, I have a solution. Especially if you're a girl, I was especially motivated. I could really help you with your boyfriend. But seriously, so out of that, I started to develop this modeling concept. And then I learned neurolinguistic programming, or NLP. And Gestalt therapy and Ericksonian hypnosis, and I learned all these tools. But along the way, John Grinder, who was the co-founder of NLP, I said to him, NLP isn't all these patterns. You could teach a dog patterns. They're beautiful patterns, don't get me wrong. How to overcome a phobia, how to do those things. I learned how to do all that. But I was bored with that. I wanted to go deeper. I wanted to figure out how you change the whole person, not just their fear in this one area, or get them to perform at a different level. And so I said to him, really, your skill, NLP is really modeling. He said, Tony, no one's ever said that before. I said, you went out and you figured out the best patterns from the best therapists in the world, and you modeled those patterns and you integrated them with other tools, and now anyone can do them, right? Not just the great person. And so it kind of started with that for me. And then, I became partners with John in a very short period of time. It was kind of, people were upset about it because I'd only been involved in NLP for less than 4 months, and people have been involved for 10 years, wanted to be his partner. So it was kind of controversial, but part of what I did was I said, I want to go and do things that people think are impossible. I want to take somebody who's in a coma and get them out. I want to take on the U.S. Army and say, show us anything you can do, and I'll cut the training time in half and increase the competency. And so John agreed, and the first big project I got was the pistol shooting program. I went to this general and said, I can cut the training time in half on anything. I didn't know pistol shooting. And I said, and he goes, you're crazy. I said, no, I'm expensive. We kind of negotiated. And so the first thing he picks is this 4-day pistol shooting program that they had worked on for, almost 75 years. And he says to me, go do this. Right now we have 1/3 of the people that don't never qualify. And I said, okay. And I thought I'd pull it off because John was my partner. He was in the special forces. We'll figure it out. The day I'm supposed to go, this is the great gift that John gave me. The day I'm supposed to go with him down to Langley, Virginia, and go underground in the secret area and work with all these different guys and kind of figure out how to model them. I figure I'm gonna learn from John. He's the best model in the world. He calls me up from a pay telephone in San Jose and says, I'm getting on a plane. I got to go to Germany. It's an emergency. You're on your own, brother. And he hangs up.
Oh.
So now I've never shot a gun before in my life. I look like I'm 13. I was 24 years old, right? But I look like a little kid. I have such a young face. And I go meet these guys who'd been shooting 24 years, or one guy. One was the best shooter in the armed forces as a whole. One was the best in the Army, and one was the best instructor. And so they walked in and said, where's the instructor? And I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt, right? And I go, I'm him. And they, where's the instructor? And I said, no, I'm him. They go, how long have you been shooting? I said, well, I never shot a gun before, but this will be interesting, right? So these guys look at me like I'm completely insane. I said, I don't need to shot a gun to model you. I'm gonna extract from you what works. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I acted as if. I said, okay, how would I do this? Well, everything we do externally starts with something internal. Right. We have an internal process of visualization. We have internal dialogue, we say. And if you use one dialogue or one visualization or one way of using your body, you're gonna feel and behave differently than if you use another. So I got all three of them up there and I said, here's what I want you to do. Take the gun, take the bullets out. You know, first of all, they made me shoot a gun. They go, let's see you shoot. So they took a .45 caliber pistol. I had never used one before. I didn't know how to kick. And I shot the thing and it went up in the ceiling because, you know, the ricochet off, it didn't build confidence. But I said, look, take your gun out, and I had him start practicing. I'd stop, what are you doing? What are you doing? And the long story short, over a period of maybe 3 or 4 hours, I figured there were a lot of things idiosyncratic, unique to each of them, but there's some universals. And one of the most important universals that they all did, and they weren't even aware of it, was subconscious was, when they took the target, like I saw the target 30 yards away and it looked forever away, they mentally bring the target closer. And when it's closer, you feel more certain, and when you feel more certain, you fire them more effectively. Every single one did it, and none of them were consciously aware of it. And once I understood that, I didn't just take new people and train them mentally to bring it closer. The first time I had people shooting a gun, they practiced everything perfectly, just like the best guys in the world. And the first time they shot it, the target was where you are and I'm right here. Boom, right through the middle. Wow, I got this thing down, versus me shooting the bullet in the ceiling and then you lose all your confidence. So we do that like 20 times, and I take it 10 feet, and then 20 feet, and then 30 yards. And it qualified 100% of the people. Wow. And we did it in a day and a half, not 4 days. Tripled the number of people who played at the expert level. And the colonel reported the general was the first breakthrough in pistol shooting since World War I.
Thank you for watching today's Top 3 video. This channel is brought to you by HopeLify.org to inspire you to become the very best that you are designed to be. Remember, a few simple keys, mastered and consistently applied, are often all we need to excel in each area of life. You can help make this channel even better in 3 simple ways. 1. Subscribe to receive more Top 3 videos. 2. Leave a comment below to let me know what resonates with you from today's Top 3 video. Or 3. Suggest a topic for a Top 3 video that you will like for us to feature on this channel. Visit HopeLify.org to post your own inspirational content.